Good day. Hello. Welcome to another show of AMA here in LATOKEN Venture Capital TV. We're having a great show for today. We're going to have the project WEOWNs. And I see that a lot of the community is really interested in it. And like usually in every session, we want to bring you the innovation, technology, and solutions you want to hear about. And you get to hear it directly from the CEOs or the founders of the projects. And it's a great way to learn more about it, about the project. And the best part of it is that you can participate as well. We always welcome that you post your questions or comments in the chat box and we'll be addressing it live. Now, that is a fantastic and unique opportunity to get more involved with the project, to know more about it, and to actually decide if it's a good fit for you and you can invest in it. But before we move on, the interview is a reminder you can always see our previous shows and content by visiting latoken.com/VCTV/shows. Also, follow us on our socials like Facebook and Twitter. If you're watching us on YouTube, just hit the subscribe button and you'll always be informed of great content opportunities and a lot of giveaways. One last thing before we jump on the interview. Anything mentioned here is not any type of financial advice. Please do your research before making any decision. It's your choice and your responsibility. Our show is to educate you more about the project so you can make a smart decision. And with that said, today I would like to welcome the CEO of We Owns, Mr. Semakula Luyima, CEO of We Owns. Good day. Welcome. How are you, Semakula?
I'm great. How are you? I'm so excited, to be on your show, and really have a great deal to talk. We have a very wonderful community, quite a number of many projects that we have to discuss, and very excited actually to talk a great deal, and I'll be able to listen in all your questions and be able to exactly make sure that I reply every question. I'm very happy. Thank you so much for hosting us. And I hope our
No,
community are also very excited.
no, it is fantastic to have you here and to have your community as well. Even before we started this show, there are already a lot of questions, a lot of people starting to put their comments. So that's really fantastic to see that you have such a commitment from your community out there. So it's really glad to have a project like that. Now, before we move on to the specific hardcore questions, can you please tell us a little bit about yourself, the team, and the project that you have?
No, thank you so much for that question. To start up, Semakula Vitaluma, CEO of WEOWN Platform Global. It's a platform for social media, a new innovative social media platform, a decentralized platform, which is actually going to be fully powered on blockchain. And it's uniquely going to introduce what we call a new data currency, as we know that data is very critical for other different platforms like Facebook and the rest. So when we started this platform, I think it's now a year ago, the whole innovation was to try and make sure that we can bring our people to be able to make sure that they earn from their own participation on the platform. So the whole innovation is how can we empower over billions of people? We have over 10 billion people. We have 4 billion who have mobile phones. And how can we turn those mobile phones actually to be able to see that they can earn an income? And we spend a lot of time and a lot of our data on these different social media platforms. And the whole idea with our team was to make sure that we can be able to monetize and allow people to have a great benefit with their own funds. In addition to our economy platform, I'm also a CEO of quite a number of other different projects. I'm a CEO of a car project called Seaway Automotive. So that's also a very, very unique initiative whereby we're also trying to pioneer a great deal in the automotive industry, whereby you can have your very own car and in a very easy, affordable approach, a very unique concept that builds that builds around making sure that consumer co-ownership in personal public vehicle platforms is also very critical. Apart from that, I'm also a CEO of a South African company called AEX. It's also a new gold coin initiative, which is behind totally a different alternative with the Krugerrand. And so we know as gold is also an important part of many cultures and a source of prosperity. And so we have that initiative. But this was a very, very fast flagship project that we started. But we dived in with the WEOWNs to actually make sure that we can really get started, and very excited with the unique partnership that we have with LATOKEN and a great community that we have, over 250,000 members. I can't hear you. It's like you've.
Sorry, I hope you can hear me now. Can you tell me
Yeah.
when was We Owns founded? When did it start?
We won is actually an initiative which was in December, I think December
Okay.
2021, when we actually listed the project on the token exchange. And the whole project was to allow to allow our community to be able to build a capital ownership, individuals, businesses. But the most important thing is we wanted to allow as many different individuals to have. It's more like a vast people's currency, everyone to have a personal kind of income in a very unique way. It's totally designed to be accessible for everyone. We have 21 billion coins, and we have actually distributed over 7 billion of those coins. And it's quite a revolutionary project. It provides each user a global debt-free approach and how they can be able to deal with their lives. Um, there's something right now. We're also trying to make sure that we change because we launched it at around $13, and it's quite a learning as we have gone through to really make sure that our community better understands it. And there was kind of a lot of challenges, but now we're revolutionizing it and we are launching it appropriately with I can't hear you again, your voice.
Sorry, it keeps cutting out. Okay. I
Yeah.
wanted to inform our viewers that we you are able to learn more about the project at weowns.global, the webpage. Please visit it. You get to know more about the project. You get to know more about the token, how it works, the roadmap, the paper. So that is very important to learn more about the project. Please do visit weowns.global. Um, Another question, Samakula. I was reading that the system includes WeOwnomy. Can you please explain us what is that about?
Yes, Rionomy is mainly the mother. The whole ecosystem is built around the whole project. So Rionomy is the social media platform that allows every user to be able to earn. So what happens? It's an economy that is owned by all the users, and how that happens? It's all interactive participation with a new two. We have two products. We have an equivalent of WhatsApp, which is called Weonomy Chat, which we are
Mhm.
also launching. So it allows every time you're able to send when you're able to send the messages, and those messages are linked with an algorithm, and every time it's able to flash directly how much that message is worth. And then we have a new initiative of our own e-money issuer. So that e-money issuer is linked together with the client's uh, email address, and then you can be able to get directly the funds going directly on your own e-money account. So that means every time you spend time sending messages, calling your loved ones, or any other kind of activity that you do there, it's actually monetizable. So you're able to get funds out of that. So that's something which is very interesting that we have been doing. And the reason why we're in the space of cryptocurrency, we know that to be able to be successful, we wanted to have our own unique currency and make sure that we can be able to link it with the platform, and our users can be able to earn a living out of it. And it's very interesting. So you can imagine many users who have their mobile phones to be able to monetize their time anytime, just with calling, sending messages, taking pictures, interacting with your loved ones. You'll also be able to be paid, and that's very interesting for our users. So it's something that we have come through. And imagine all of these things are happening within 1 year. So to us, 1 year is more like 10 years. So we're doing a great deal of within a very short period of time.
I can imagine. No, it seems you have achieved a lot in this last year. Can you tell me when you just started the project with your co-founders, what is the problem that you foresaw and motivated you to start the project? What is it that you wanted to solve?
Yeah, absolutely. I know that's a very good question. What it happened during the COVID period when there was all these lockdowns. It was truly very touching to see many people just being forced, literally sitting at home without anything. So I remember when I was talking to my late wife, and I explained to her, I said, if this situation goes like this, then there must be something that we should learn from this important situation. And we had at the time a different project, which I think we had around 300 to 800 people.
Hmm.
The one of the gold coin, but looking at the whole approach of it, I wanted a project that could be able to scale. And I think at that time it was all along this the Federal Trade Commission in the United States was really talking about the challenges dealing with Facebook. And when I started very closely the whole challenges around Facebook, and how powerful that the social media platform is. And I thought, I think this is the time we should be able to have a social media platform that can be truly aligned with the needs of the people, and the people can be able to drive them. And that could be much more easier for them to get their financial, personal well-being much more quicker. And we launched it precisely in March uh, in 2021, and it truly got started very interestingly before we launched even the WEOWNs later on in December. And a lot of people were very excited with the concept that you can actually use the social media platform whereby you have been on it with all the time that you've been spending on it, and you're not getting to monetize and get to be paid for that time. And so that was a very interesting. But the challenge, again, as we built when we were building the project, it accelerated like in big numbers and very quickly. So we thought that maybe we could start with 50 people, 30 people, then we can scale it up slowly. But I think within a few months, the project had actually gone around 50,000 people. And
Wow.
and again, we had to also make sure strategically we are now not only building the project, but again, you have the population which is already interested and telling you this is something that we think can really work. But again, they really want you to deliver. So that's when we went and found out our partners, very strategic partners. We have partners in Romania, we have partners in the US and in India who actually we told them about the whole concept, and they accepted it. And we told them, no, we want to build, like a revolutionary social media platform, and well, can you guys come on board? And they said, yes, we can do this. And in that process, engaging our community, we are very oriented in engaging our community in everything that we do, so that they always get to know what we truly do, daily basis, which is totally different with other companies. In other companies, you have to take a year to
Hmm.
report to the community, but with our community, they know it's every day. So it's a daily engagement in everything that we do, and to
How,
explain to them.
how okay, you mentioned that your community was 50,000 people. If you have to put a number now, how many would you calculate roughly that is, how big is your community?
And it's over 250,000 members.
250,000.
Yes, absolutely.
Wow, that is big, and that is as being achieved in within 1 year, right?
Yes, absolutely. And I think we have one major community just in South Africa. I think there are around 14 million, whom definitely we expect to on board. And and as we are launching our own e-money, digital payment system. So definitely we will be able to even scale to bigger numbers. We're looking to over 100 million users with what we have. So that's why we're very, very focused on making sure we get the our cryptocurrency right, and make sure that we can easily align it with our ecosystem to really to build a very wonderful opportunity for our people. And they're very, very welcoming. They spend time with us, and it's I think it's one of the very first projects in the world whereby you develop something with the community on a daily basis. It's other projects. What you do, it's you develop it, and then you spend time marketing it. But for us, we develop the project, and the community is there to see everything on a daily basis, and it's very, very challenging, interesting, and it keeps you really very creative to really make sure that they want to see all those different stages accomplished, and it's very exciting, to say the least.
Oh, that is really impressive. I can see it here in the comments and questions we're receiving from your community. There's a lot of support, and to our
Oh,
viewers, yes,
thank you.
we are receiving your questions. We're gonna make it at the right time, so please hold on. We will address those questions that you have, but most of it is interesting. Most of it is not questions, but it's just greetings
Yeah,
and support for you and for the project, which is always great
yeah.
to
Now
have.
we are like a family with them.
I guess a very big family, though.
Yeah,
if,
absolutely.
if you would have to say, where does most of your community come from geographically?
Yes, absolutely. A bigger number is from Africa,
Uh,
and yeah, but we have in different places globally. I think in every part of the world, I can say we have in most part in Africa, in the United States, in Europe, the diaspora community. We even have in different other places where we don't have Africans. So it's in India, Pakistan, in Syria, in Israel, in all different places. And actually, there's so many even small islands that we've not. I do know we have users in Christmas Island. We have in quite different places, in Fiji, all those places. We do have community members there, so it's
yeah,
very, very.
I can read the comments. Some of the people were also asking if it can be translated into Spanish.
Oh wow! It's very surprising to know that we have also a community in Spain.
Yes, and don't forget Latin America. It's a huge market.
Wow,
So
wow.
yeah, it
No, I
seems that
think
you know.
absolutely. It's once we are launching our social media app, especially the instant messaging app, later on this month. It's going to be something very interesting. And already we have our own e-money account. So all our community members will have their own e-money account, so that they can use it not only for their cryptocurrencies, but they can also use it for their social media activities. And it's amazing. I mean, whatever we build, they own it, together with the whole project ecosystem, and they learn a lot, you can be so much. It's so surprising that our audience, it's not, most of them have not really been glued up with computers or internet, but they're really come through. So we have all different members, not only the youth, but even all the age bracket. So it's truly amazing to see
Wow,
this happen. Yeah,
that is great to see that all this love that your community is showing right now. But now I want to change a little bit the topic and talk about something very important: the token we own.
yeah,
How does the
yeah.
token get involved in the whole project and the ecosystem?
Yeah, so actually, WEOWN, as I just mentioned initially, is the revolutionary flagship token. We do have other different tokens, which I will talk with your permission, but WEOWN is mainly what we know in our community as the currency of kindness. It is the people's coin, and mainly it touches about the wealth inequality, which is the single most defining issue over time, and to make sure that we help the unsustainable societies and especially the personal income lives of people. So that has been the most critical part as the company. Our role is mainly to focus on the personal income lives of people, and we know that if we have a currency that is oriented with their personal needs, it's very critical. It helps them, and I think the token has actually done so well. I think more than $5 million, which is directly being traded amongst the community members. And I can assure you, I've never even traded any of the token completely. I think because I feel joy seeing them and going through all the happiness. But again, we started at $13, and it went up to where it was actually miserably very down because we kept on pumping it and allowing. So we have different arrangements how we do it. We have a section of communities which is unbanked. They don't have money, and so we actually they're the biggest number, I can assure you, in the community. So we have others whom we tried initially, and we said, okay, you invest a certain amount, and you can be able to, I think, around 10,000 rand. I think that's something like $200 or $300. And then the others who were just investing like 10 to 20 thousand rand. But we realized that if we want to scale it up to help as many people as possible, we had to actually issue free shares to as many community members. But we stopped it later on because we realized it could be getting us into the regulatory problems and stuff. And
Hmm.
when the company is developing very fast, you want to make sure that again you protect the community and at the same time
Yeah, yeah.
you advance the innovation. And our innovations are very disruptive. We can literally introduce something in a day, and it can really change everything. So our community, they are used to that. Like we have anything that we bring, and if it's gonna change, it's gonna help to speed up the whole implementation of the project is very critical. So this has been the very first flagship which introduced the concept of how can we be able to sustain our own social media platform that is owned by the people, but not necessarily by the institutional investors and stuff. Because once that happens, then our whole concept of the people owning the platform and all the benefit that comes with it becomes difficult. And so that's why we approached LATOKEN, and LATOKEN was very gracious to launch the token in December. I think that was 2021
Hmm.
when the token
Okay.
went live, and the advantages of it has helped the community to understand cryptocurrency. Initially, they did not know anything. Most of them,
Yeah.
some of them do, but now most of them do know. And we are now we're coming in with another phase whereby we are relaunching it with a new price, but we're going to have a swap from the old tokens so that they can also have the new tokens. And we still want to make sure that they can benefit. So we're doing
Okay.
everything to make
Peter,
sure that.
I'm happy you mentioned that because we have received a question from quite a few of the people I can see here in the comments, and I'm just going to
Yeah.
post one of them that it refers to a little bit like what you said. For example, Sevlon is asking, please, when is our old we owns sweeping with the new we owns?
Oh, that's a great question. Absolutely. I think internally, the token exchange has already confirmed that it should be happening in within 2 weeks. And when I
Okay.
talk about 2 weeks, already we have 1 week complete. And what is happening? All the old billions will be banned. We're not gonna receive them back. They will be banned, and then they'll get a new set of billions that will be given to them. So it's a ratio 10,000 to 1, and so that's how it's gonna be, and it will be at a new price of $100 for one token. So that's how it's
Okay,
gonna
great,
be.
great.
Yeah.
I'm super happy. Then you have we have that all result for our viewers' attention. I would like, and if you just please give me a minute, uh, to just share with our community, with your community, the page
Yeah.
in LATOKEN where they can actually participate in this project. So this is what we're seeing. If you go to latoken.com/exchange/ we owns underscore USDT as shown in the banner, you will go to the Latoken page where you can actually participate in this project, which means you actually can invest in it. In this page in La Token, you will find a link to the project itself, which is We Owns That Global, the project summary, the tokenomics, and so on, the price. You will be able to trade from this page. If you do not have an account in La Token, please go to latoken.com, open an account. You only need one piece of document of ID to upload, and you're ready to trade. So again, it's down below the link where you are able to join the project. So I just wanted to mention that. And let's talk about the benefits for investors. What can investors expect when they will invest in your token?
I think this is the thank you so much for that question. Appropriately, right now, I think it's a very, very important opportunity as the swap is coming within a week, not even 2 weeks. So if they can go in there and they buy those tokens, big numbers, you can imagine they can be able to really get a good swap with the new new Wion's price of $100. And it's not precisely just $100. That means in the very first days, the price could go up to $1,000, and then it comes down. And so they can really they'll leverage and get a great deal if they get the token now and make sure that by that time they will be able to have a good price. So it's something that I encourage not only our community members but even the LATOKEN community traders. They
Okay.
should participate. Yeah, it's a very good opportunity. I mean, many tokens, as you know very well, in the crypto market with extreme volatility, they're all going down, and so such an opportunity for them to actually know that there's a token they will
Hmm.
be able to benefit with a good swap of $100 for the good earnings. Absolutely, this is something very powerful.
Great. And Peter, now we've seen a lot of different projects in the show, but it seems that the community is very big, very faithful to the project. However, there might be other projects in the global market that are doing maybe something similar than yours. What sets you apart from them? What's your main differentiator?
Absolutely, that's a very wonderful question. Number one, our main differentiator is we put people first,
Hmm.
and the other very important differentiator is that the whole ecosystem of our project has a very unique number of partners that have really looked at. As we have something coming big with Tether. Tether is very much focused on the adoption across the whole African continent, and they see our ecosystem as one of the major strategic partners that they can deal with And that is very, very great for community members, as we also not only we focus so much on what is very critical to actually make sure the numbers or the community that we have is mainly because of the ecosystem of the project, which is totally different from many other different projects, and many other different projects that have done very well, Facebook and the rest. They've not really, even though they offer a service that helps different people to connect. Ours is not only about connection; it's about the personal income lives and how we can actually connect income to the people, and that's the revolution. Many companies find it very challenging if they have to, come up with a business model that has to connect income directly to the people. It takes time. Probably like the project we're doing for any other company could have taken a bit of time to really make sure that it's oriented with connecting income. So for us, because it's all about connecting income, just a minute. I just want to put on the lights. Since
Until Peter comes back, yes, we are receiving your questions. We do expect to raise all of them
yeah,
within the given time, so please just bear with us. Yes, Peter, welcome back.
yeah, I was putting on the light. It was becoming a bit dark.
Okay, no problem. Peter, one more question about the future, and we have received this question about a few times now in the comments. It
Yeah.
is very hard to forecast what's going to happen in the future because you have the market conditions. We can be going through a crypto winter, different regulations going on. Technology is advancing day by day, very, very fast. But where do you think the project we owned is going to be in a couple of years from now?
Absolutely amazing. What I like I like that you've touched about the regulation. That's a very critical part on our side, especially when you have a great community. What we have done, we know the strategic part of our future goal is actually we have a unique, what we call a zero cost economy. Now, zero cost economy is one of the initiatives around everything that we do in our company. One, with social media, we know that
Hmm.
definitely we can be able to scale with quite a number of people. Two, we also have a revolutionary project that was established under the LATOKEN blockchain. So it's called WEOWN. So it's a stable coin, which answers the greater issues about extreme volatility. I can assure you, if you type xweons.com and you're able to link it on a MetaMask, all the different during the whole extreme volatility that was happening, and we could see the liquidation that is happening in all of the different exchanges. Our token was always stable, even up to now. It's 282, and something very, very, very powerful. What does that mean for the future? It means that if we are going to continue leveraging and making sure that we use crypto, then we can have that very powerfully. And LaChain has one of the best projects under experience to make sure that we can power a stable currency that can be able to deal with micro payments. Another part that is very critical for our future is the social media platform. We both have not only the instant messaging app, but we also have the web page, just like Facebook. So that's also very powerful. Another critical part for features is the zero cost economy, whereby we now can be able to bring goods and services that can easily be accessed by our community, linking the social media and also having our own different tokens. So we have, I think, WEOWNs. We also have the WEOWN basic income token. That's also just not only for the community, but for everyone. It only focuses on making sure that the community members are paid a smaller basic income on a monthly basis, or even recurrent payments, either weekly or daily. And so it's something very interesting. We just launched it. It's getting started, and we're gonna scale it up. Another important issue that helps us to really deal to make sure that we have a brighter future is the regulated financial institution that Reonomy is actually finalizing to acquire, which can allow us to onboard as many users who will only have their email account. So that makes it very much powerful, because as you have a community that is scaling in big numbers, but you don't look into the regulation that is coming. We have already embraced the regulation, and we're starting to, make sure that we acquire strategic partnerships that help us, like that regulated financial institution. We also have our own social media platform. We also have other major projects that will be unveiled, but the most important one is to make sure that our people, as we develop the project, our people can also have some kind of income. But apart from that, we also have a car project, an electric car project. That's also part of something, innovative for ecosystem. We also have a gold coin, which is also very critical for the whole of the African continent. And we we also have other different amazing initiatives with other different partners who are actually helping us to finalize the social media platform. It's like a blockchain that can be able to offer internet permanently for free. That's also something which is in the work. So in short, the future is extremely very bright, and our future is like every day, because we have very important disruptive activities that are happening in our company. So in our company, what happens in a week, it's totally different, because we don't have like a yearly goal. We more have like a weekly disruptive, innovative kind of activities that do come in. Like we're just launching another token on LATOKEN. I think it's WeMoney. WeMoney is also another unique initiative, which is going to be linked with the new regulated financial institution e-money accounts out there. So we're launching it. It should be on Monday, but by tomorrow there could be some announcements coming out from LATOKEN. So it's very, very, very interesting, the whole ecosystem that we're building around, and the future is bright. As we like to call it in economy, the future is fast.
That's great. And that will basically
Yeah.
mean, please keep to our viewers to keep an eye open on the Telegram announcement channels of La Token, that you're gonna get information there. Uh, that is great news. Now, do you have any projects that you would like to launch in the long term future? Something that's not really in your roadmap, that's not in your pipeline, but you know those ideas that you have at night and you think like, hey, this would be a good idea to do in the future. Do you have some of those ideas that you would like to implement like long term?
Yes, yes, absolutely. We have one. I think it's also in the autonomous. It's more to deal with the robotics, and this is a unique initiative which I had with a Russian friend, which can actually be able. It's an autonomous robotic invention that can allow you to create any idea instantly, and it generates quite a lot of them. So this gentleman is highly very intelligent, and he
Hmm.
reached out to me and he said, how do you think about this? I remember toying around with the idea, and I thought that this is something very interesting. But again, it needs to really take time. But it's something very, very, it's in artificial intelligence. It's very, very
Oh wow!
important.
Okay.
Yeah, absolutely. So it's one of the other different projects after we are able to complete these immediate interesting projects that we have currently ongoing.
Okay, that will be a really interesting. So, Peter, whenever you have a new project or something like a demo, feel free to reach out to us. We would love to have you again as a guest here. It's been
Yes,
really
no,
interesting.
no, thank you. Thank you very much. Absolutely, I will be able to. We have a long way, and I think internally there is also a great deal that we are working with LATOKEN to really make sure that we have something very important for the community and also for the crypto economy. So it's a great deal that I do have very interesting projects to share.
Oh,
Absolutely.
definitely. And just to show you, Peter, a tiny, because we're streaming live across 5 media streams right now, which include Facebook, LinkedIn, Twitter, our own widget, Facebook. So just a little bit of the show you a little bit of the love that they're showing you.
Wow,
Uh,
that's interesting. That's interesting. Wow, that's very. Thank you so much, our community. I mean, they are always with us, and very, very powerful.
no, it is really like you have a very, very strong community that
Yeah.
the messages just keep flowing in. There's over more than 1,000 people watching us live now, and all of them, I would say,
Wow.
like everything is just it's just compliments to you. So I'm actually missing the actual questions because most of it's really just really complimenting, admiring you. Um,
Yeah.
how the kind of person you are. So it's always very good to hear that. So this
No,
is
that's
just a small
very
sample
interesting.
of messages keep popping up like this. It is really like it is amazing to see all the good vibes that you have.
No,
Uh,
absolutely, absolutely, no, absolutely. That's very powerful, and I think this is one of the best projects that has brought all over people, not only across the African continent, but we believe globally, whereby when we have a product whereby people don't feel that they just have to use the product, but the product is part of providing them that special personal income line that is one of the most critical parts, which we really think is very, very, very powerful. And I'm very humbled that we are able to do this in a very short period of time. And so, with our new digital payment system, we will be able now to really make sure that we can scale up and our people can really have a great time with a lot of their income. And that's something very historical that is coming out. So I really appreciate all of them coming through, and I think this important uh, platform that you've given us, and there's many others that can come through, will really help us to scale as well to as many millions of people coming to a community. So that's very, very powerful.
Okay, no, it's just been fantastic to have you once again to our viewers. Please get to know more about the project. It's weowns.global, the webpage. Once again, you can read more about it, the token, how it works, the roadmap, the white paper, and so on. It is very important you get to understand the project before doing any investment. It's not only this project, it's all projects, and that's why we have a very
We are losing you there.
Oh, sorry, my I don't know what my network. But once again, it's very important that you learn more about the projects before you make any decision. So that's why we're making this show, so to educate you a little bit. So please do review the webpage in case you want to move forward. Then you are able to do so. Please go to latoken.com/exchange/ we owns underscore USDT. You will be able to participate in the project. Then, if you do not have an account in Latoken, simply go to our webpage, open an account. You only need one piece of document of ID to upload, and you're ready to trade. Simple as that. So, Peter, thank you very much. It's being amazing to have you here. You have a fantastic, very strong community. You should be very proud of that. Do you have any
Absolutely.
Do you have any final words for them today?
Yes, I'm very, very excited, and I'm just telling them they just have only one more week, so that we can have the WEOWN swap. But what happens? The WEONs that are being banned are those ones currently on LATOKEN. So the ones which they have on their wallets and stuff, they can always be provided for swapping. So they shouldn't be worried, because I hear a question. Some of them have the WEONs in other MetaMask and stuff, but the ones that LATOKEN has is the one that they will be banned. And the others, if they want, they can simply exchange it, and they can get and they can be able to get the new wheels. But I'm very excited. I did had a Zoom meeting with our community yesterday. We
Mhm.
are we are launching uh, our own e-money issuer, so all of them will have an account. So we also want to integrate it with LATOKEN exchange, so that when someone you do your trades, you can just have your money directly on your own account. So that's very, very interesting. And at the same time, we'll be launching our social media platform. I think I'll be coming back here so that we can also talk about it after we launch it. And so that social media platform will also have all of our different tokens linked onto it so that they can also be able to benefit from that. So it's very interesting what we have, and we have a great deal of ideas that we can be able to share. But I'm very excited. Thank you for this time. So sorry, sometimes I missed the show twice, but again, I really thought it's very important that we have the show so that our community can also be able to know that LATOKEN is a very, very dear friend of ours, and for to really appear on your platform is something very exciting. To have this broadcast with you and to answer all the questions from the community. It's very exciting times, and the cryptocurrency industry is just getting started. And to have quite a number of our people in, so that means they're not left out in the revolution that is going out there. So they will benefit absolutely, and many of their families. We are looking forward to really make sure that we can be able to reach every home in the whole of the African continent. And our strategy is to make sure that we have a very important way that we can reach out in a very creative regulatory way. And that's why we have our own e-money issuer, so that it can be easier for us to get in all of the continent. And then we're also introducing an opportunity for what we call the crypto tax, which the company is going to be able to pay on behalf of all our token holders. So that one will help us to actually increase the adoption for many of the other different crypto users, whom we know so many of them would like to come on board, and the company is willing to have all these strategic ways to make sure that we reach out to as many people as possible. And we also make it much more interesting with the government, because as we build the relationship with our people, we also have to build a good relationship with important government institutions so that
That is
they,
important. That is very
yeah,
important.
yeah, absolutely. So that they don't see that we're only dealing with the people and then we don't have them into the picture. So if they get the taxes, I think they'll be very excited to really see and allow us to expand and help as many people as possible. And I think that's very, very critical. And finally is to encourage our community members to make sure that they fill up all that is required for their e-money account, so that they can all be onboarded to really make sure that they benefit from this important revolution that is coming through. Thank you so much again for hosting us
No,
and our
Peter,
community.
our pleasure. And please do remember that you have anything else you would like to show us, demos, new products, feel free to reach
Yeah.
out to us. We would like to have you here again. And
Okay.
you have, from what I see, all the support of your community, so we can always make a great show. Those two things together, the
Absolutely.
willingness and the community, I think it's fantastic, and really would be great to have you here again.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you so much.
And to the community, well, thank you very much for all the support, for the lovely messages, for the interaction. And I hope to see you soon again the next show. Peter, you have a fantastic day. It was really been a great
Absolutely.
pleasure. Thank you. And to our viewers, well, we'll see you in the next show. Have a great day. Thank you, Peter.
Thank you. Thank you. Bye.